In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to layer adhesive vinyl and how to apply it to a cute little pencil bag for some back to school personalization. Let's get cutting. Once we have both sections of our design completely cut, now the next thing we're going to want to do is we want to clean off the area that we're going to be applying the vinyl to. And we want to do this next so that it has time to dry while we're weeding out our design. So here's our pencil pouch. Now this pencil pouch is made of kind of a plasticky material. If yours was fabric, you would want to use heat transfer, but again, this is kind of like a plastic, which is why we're going to be using adhesive vinyl today instead of using a heat transfer. So I'm just using a little bit of rubbing alcohol and I am cleaning off the area that I'm going to apply my design to. And then once that's totally cleaned off, I'm gonna move this over to the side and let it dry while I weed out my design. So here we go on this one. The first thing, like always, that I like to do is I wanna trim off any extra areas of the vinyl that I'm not going to use. Now, you don't have to do this. This is a very minimal piece. I was already using a scrap anyway, but I really like to keep and use my scraps. So that's why I'm gonna save these two pieces here. I'm just gonna put them back over in my scrap bin. This one, it's already pretty close, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And now I'm going to weed out my adhesive vinyl design. So I'm just going to use my little tool and pull up all the areas that I don't want on my finished product. Now you'll notice on both versions of the name, I have these little dots across the bottom. And those dots are what are going to help me get this exactly lined up the way that I want. So what I did is in my software, I typed out the name and then I was able to just create a really tiny small offset. If you're in Silhouette Studio, you can do it right within your design program. If you're in a different software like Cricut Design Space, you might need to use an outside program like Inkscape to create that offset. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to put our two pieces together first before we apply them to our finished product, to our item. So I'm gonna just pull off some transfer tape here, and I'm just pulling off a little tiny bit because I don't need a ton. And this is 100% clear because when you're lining things up like this, you wanna make sure that it's clear so you can see what you're doing. Now, I'm gonna put the layer that I want to be on top, I'm gonna put that onto my transfer tape first. I'm just gonna push that down on there, make sure that it's totally flat, no bubbles. And then I'm gonna peel the backing off. And then I'm gonna place it right over here. And then I'm gonna line these dots up with these dots. And the more accurate you are on lining these dots up, the more accurate your design will be. Okay, so once you have those lined up, you're going to take your scraper and you're just going to flatten it out. I'm gonna pull the backing off and I'm gonna flatten it as I go. And there we go. And now it's all nicely lined up and layered, and now I can apply it. So that's what I'm gonna do at this point, is I'm just gonna trim off these dots because I don't need them anymore. And now I'm gonna bring my little pencil pouch back. Okay, and I'm gonna I can trim the tag off of my pencil pouch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be putting this decal right here in the middle. And if you ever have where a little bit of backing goes onto your vinyl for some reason, that means that you might have cut a little too deep on your cut settings, and so next time just don't cut so deep. But you can just use your little scraper and pull that little part off. It's very salvageable. And now I'm just gonna flip it over and then I'm gonna line it up kind of wherever I go. You can use your ruler if you want. I'm personally an eyeballer, so, you know, but if you wanna have it be exact, you can use your ruler. And then once I have it placed where I want, I'm gonna take my scraper and from the inside out, I'm gonna press it down and apply pressure. And this is just ensuring that there's no bubbles and you wanna go from the inside out because that pushes the bubbles out. If for some reason a bubble got in there, so you just go from the middle outwards, and that also ensures that you get a good seal. Once you've got your vinyl on there, you can go ahead and you can pull up your transfer tape. And when you're pulling up your transfer tape, you wanna kinda see how I'm rolling it flat against itself. You don't wanna pull straight up because that causes a lot of pressure on the vinyl itself to peel. So when you pull it backwards like this, it makes it a lot easier for it to release from the vinyl, which makes your life easier because then it's not sticking to each other. Take your time on this part, it's not a race. And it's okay if your transfer tape gets in a big ball like that. It doesn't matter because you're gonna throw it away anyway. And then once it's all peeled up, then you've got your super cute little decal all applied and lined up perfectly. Thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to see what kind of pencil bags you create, and I'll see you over in the next tutorial. Bye.